Hello students, in this discussion we will see the turbojet engine, which is the most widely used air breathing engine that utilizes a gas turbine power plant for operation, and this turbojet you find in all these latest generation aircrafts. Okay, now we will see the sketch of this turbojet engine. You see the air is entering like this, direction of aircraft is like this, so air is entering like this, and here you have a compressor, here you have a compressor, and before that compressor also you can have a diffuser. You have a diffuser, air enters through diffuser, then enters the compressor, then you will have a, it comes to the combustion chamber. In the combustion chamber fuel is injected, so this air and fuel, there is ignition and it burns, and then the burnt gases are passed through a turbine. You can see the volume is increasing, the turbine it expands. In the turbine it expands, and the exhaust of the turbine is sent to the nozzle, and it is thrown out to the atmosphere. High velocity exhaust gases. This is how the turbojet engine works. So you have a diffuser, you have a compressor, you have a combustion chamber, you have a turbine, and you have a nozzle. And this turbine and atmosphere, this compressor are always connected with a common shaft. Okay. In operation, air is drawn into the engine through a diffuser. Diffuser is opposite to the nozzle. Nozzle, what we have seen here, nozzle we are converting pressure energy or the heat energy into velocity, and this is ulta. We are using the velocity, converting the velocity into pressure, which passes through a diffuser, which slows the air. So the velocity of the atmospheric air is equal to the velocity of the aircraft. As a part of kinetic energy of the airstream is converted into pressure energy. This type of compression is known as ram compression. Okay. Air leaving the diffuser at negligible velocity, velocity is very low, enters the axial flow compressor, where its pressure is increased to a certain value. Compressor air, the pressure is always increased. The compressed air then enters the combustion chamber, where it is burned with fuel to increase its temperature. The hot high pressure gas then enters the gas turbine, where partial expansion takes place. The turbine is connected to the compressor by a shaft, and the power output of the turbine is used to drive the compressor in addition to the fuel pump and other auxiliaries. Okay, the power of the turbine is not only used for the compressor but for using the driving the fuel pump and other auxiliary systems. At the turbine outlet, the hot gas, whose pressure is slightly higher than the atmosphere, is expanded fully in a nozzle, due to which the speed of the exhaust gas is increased. Here, as I had told earlier also, the hot gases whose pressure is high than the atmosphere is expanded in the nozzle, with which the pressure energy is converted into velocity, speed of the exhaust. The jet leaves the nozzle at a very high velocity, producing a thrust in the opposite direction to push the aircraft through the air. So this the thrust pushes the aircraft into the air. These turbojets are suited for aircrafts traveling at 800 to 900 kilometers per hour speed. However, its high cost and being noisy are the problems associated with it. They are very expensive, and but they are now today in 2020 I can say they are very popular. And I was reading, due to this COVID, around 16,000 aircrafts are grounded, so most of them are turbojet engines. Okay, though the cost is very high, they are being used for high speeds associated with them. Okay, that other engine, the turboprop engine, they cannot run at this speed. They run at around 500 to 600 kilometers per hour. But and also for not only speed, they also run for a small distance, whereas this engines run for a long distance. Long haul aircrafts are now all turbo jet engines. Okay, for short haul, here we are using turboprop engines, so 300, 500 kilometers. But for 2000, 5000, 10,000 kilometer range, turbojet only is used. Okay, thank you.